The game in question, Magenta Horizon. This one's actually been out for over a year in early access, but is releasing into the full release on December the 6th, so no better time than now to check out what this game will entail. And just coincidentally, it is the second time that I have played a action platformer with a gameplay video, so I'm assuming that we'll get back to the roguelike games pretty soon, but hopefully there are people out there that want to see what Magenta Horizon is all about. So this is actually the third world. When you play through this game, you will go into some levels, kind of like old school platformers where you don't actually continuously play through. You beat the stage, it gives you a bit of a score, and then you move on. And this is the third one that I've actually played through. The second one, in case you do go through, you can actually play the demo of this I've read on Steam. The second one has this insane boss fight that was way too hard. I don't think I've played a game that threw so much difficulty at you early, but essentially here what we're doing, I need to learn how to equip things, but that's okay, I can do that later. What we're doing is we're going to find the right keys so we can get through these gates, and there's this old guy here that sold us an item, and I don't really know what he does beyond that, so we're going to go a bit exploring. It's not a Metroidvania game per se, but the levels are a little bit open and you kind of need to make your way through, and as you play through you get into these little arena style fights that we've got here where you get trapped in until you can defeat all the enemies and move on with your day, I guess. But I'll think my way through here a bit. I'll do lots of dashes and attacks down. What can I tell you about the action? There are a lot of controls here. You have a light attack on the X and a heavy attack on the Y if you're using an Xbox controller, and you're essentially going to be combining those in a hack and slash kind of method, you know. I guess my real qualm with the game is, does this become one of those sort of games where you're just spamming X? But you have the ability to use a few different interesting things that you'll see, hopefully, if we need, I guess, including, can I go through here? Not yet. So I've got a key, but I don't think it's a green one. That's the blue one, so I need to find the green key. You have the ability to do these really interesting kind of like attack dashes and things like that. So where do I go here? Might go back down. No, I need the green and the blue key to get through there. Yeah, so essentially what we're going to be doing is trying to find where we need to go, try and find these keys, and then attacking our way through, hopefully not dying. So I'll talk a little bit about the mechanics when we come through it, but it's a pretty fun game. Like, I guess I'm probably about 40 minutes into my playthrough now, maybe thereabouts, maybe a little bit less than that, and I read on the reviews that some people are finding the game to be a little bit repetitive. I think any game that has sort of combination building, can I attack this? Yes, I can. Any game that has combination building is going to run through that kind of issue. Oh, that hurts. I don't think I've seen these yet. Can I destroy them? I might have saw them in a tutorial. I think I've just got to dodge them. Yeah, so dodge them unsuccessfully. You'll see my dash there. Yeah, whether or not you really buy into the combination mechanics or whether you find it a little bit shallow, I guess, but you definitely have the ability to put some impressive, what key is this? This is the red key. Some impressive combinations together. These guys are quick, and you'll probably find the fights will be a little bit mayhem. So one of the things that I have the ability to do, which I will use shortly, is if you look up the top left, you'll see I have this green meter. There's a lot of meters in this game. There you go. And I throw my little green ball, whatever you want to call it, at enemies, and it turns them green. And then when I attack them, I have the ability to get some healing points for them. So I am probably going to take a lot of damage because I'm not very good at action platformer games and avoiding it. But if I can keep charging my green ability, my green bar, I will have access to those little orbs that will let me keep healing a little bit. So I'm not playing this on a hard difficulty because, as I said earlier, that boss that I fought in the second world was crazy hard. But yeah, if you do ramp up the difficulty a little bit, you'll definitely need that healing to survive. So this should be on the easier side, just to make it a bit easier to see through. I didn't think anyone would want to watch me. Can I dash here? Well, I can do down attacks and sort of get through, but that's pretty easy. Can I get... Alright, can't go all the way through because I don't have the green key yet. Yeah, I didn't think people would want to just see me continually die, so... Alright, this is not, like I said earlier, it's not a roguelike game, but it is a bit mazy in terms of where I need to go. I've got all 3 keys, which is handy, that's going to help us, but I might just go through this. I don't think I've seen this green vomit spewing monster before, and most of my attacks are going to be quite repetitive. I mentioned the yellow bar, yep, so not the yellow bar, the white bar, sorry, that I can get some projectiles as well through attacking. That's pretty classic kind of like action platformer now, that you charge your ammo for your projectiles through attacking. I don't know who came with that first. I don't know, does Hollow Knight have something? I don't know. Hollow Knight has a charge function in it, but I don't know if it gives you range. I don't think it does, but anywho, what am I talking about here? I'm just getting stumped by this dinosaur thing. Hopefully it's not that strong. So yeah, I reckon if you're playing on the hardest difficulties, that would be quite tricky. Is that German? Dutch? I'm not sure, but we've got some foreign language audio there with a bit of subtitles. Whenever you beat a arena, your main character, I feel like it told me her name was Al earlier, but then it might have changed. Yeah, sort of talks some rubbish, I guess. Alright, there's a little, it's the right trick, I don't know what you call it, but when you use it, it allows you to attack through, reset your jump, and then get some range on it, so that's kind of cool. I'm not sure what the move is, but it's definitely something you use a lot. It lets you sort of attack the top of characters and jump through them. Alright, I've got another green orb vomiter, but I might use it to get some healing back. I know, it looks like a dinosaur, doesn't it? Like I don't know, what's a big-footed dinosaur? Diplodocus? That's a long-necked dinosaur, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to attack through this. A bit more button mashing. I've got all the keys. I feel like I'm lost, so as far as I'm aware, there's no map function. How's my health here? I might need healing's helpful. But yeah, so I know when you hit your combos well, you do lots of these sort of down attack dashes like I did right here, and you can hit some pretty big combinations. You can actually get so you don't really hit the ground at all because you're just flying through combos. So that's probably what someone that's really good at action platformers would be doing. Me, myself, I'm just going to spam it and go through. Alright, there's some more of that sass that we talked about. I'm just going to keep going, but I've got a feeling that I'm doing a bit of a loop here. Maybe I'm meant to do a loop because I got those gates at the start, so I'm assuming eventually I'll get down to another arena. This is, you know, I mentioned earlier there are people that talked about the repetitive nature, and I think if you're designing a game like this, one of the tricky parts is working out how much of this sort of fight you need, because I'm not really gaining anything from it. I'm getting some of these weird coloured feather currency that I used to buy at the start of the level. Beyond that, I'm not getting XP. It's not really helping me develop anything, so maybe something else will come up later where you get something for it, but I can see why people would get tired. I don't particularly like the fighting mechanics. I don't think they're bad. Oh, what's this? Harvest of focus, inventory. How do I equip thing? Oh, okay. Wrong button. Alright, let's equip the necklace piece here, the everlasting glow, which I got earlier, which I think I bought that, didn't I? And then I've got some focus, so pretty classic trinket kind of stuff there that I'll get along the way. Yeah, I don't think the fighting's bad, but I don't know, I really like the look of the game. It's got kind of like this gritty, almost blurry kind of looks to it. I don't know. Yeah, it's really hard to explain. Oh, are we back at the start here? I think we might be back at the start. Yeah, I'm curious about the storyline, but I think if I had to do too much of this kind of like repetitive fighting, you might get a little bit sick of it, but the levels are definitely quite interestingly designed. I don't know if there's a lot of variability. Variability is not a real word. Variety between the monsters so far. They kind of like meld together and kind of look similar, and I don't really need to change the way that I'm fighting at the moment. I'm just pretty much spamming, so we'll see. Hey, that hand in the background is pretty cool. I think it's a tree. Wait, I'm low on HP, so I need to hit some healing here. That's handy. Okay, if you throw your green ball in the wrong direction, or you just don't get the attacks you need, that can be devastating. You definitely need to use your healing orbs the best that you can. Can I jump through this? Alright. This feels like... Haven't I been here already? Yeah. I'm not saying I'm lost, but I'm not saying I know where I need to go as well. I guess one of the good things about when you do hit an area that has... I've already done this checkpoint. When you hit an area that does have like enemies, it means that you haven't been there before, so that's kind of cool. So I probably do need to find some more enemies somewhere. I don't think I've mentioned the wall climbing. No map. So you have the ability to endlessly jump on walls, so that's pretty handy. I might backtrack a bit and see. I feel like I've missed something. Have I been down? Oh, here we go. Alright, there's the 3 gates I was talking about earlier. Hyper armor. Normally each attack animation includes hyper army frames. So when you attack, you have like invulnerability. You can't, or sort of attacks the small attacks, the light attacks, but not heavy attacks. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not cancelling frames or animations or anything. What a projectile deflection. Some bullets can be alright. I think I can just hit the bullets and they bounce back. So probably going to get someone that shoots bullets at me right now, because that would be a really good time to be given tutorials. Oh, there we go. There's our projectiles. Let's just concentrate. What is that? What is that? It's got some serious spikes coming out of the head. Looks like a, I don't know, like a half mixture between a frog and a goldfish with 17 unicorn horns out there. It's definitely lovely. It's beautiful. I'm on a 34 combo here, so 35. It's not really that hard to fight though, but interesting. I did talk about the variety of enemies earlier, but that's definitely a different one. Alright, got someone climbing out of the floor now. We got more projectile welding enemies, so we better try and clear them. Have I got any healing here? I'm doing pretty good actually. I think this might be one of those games that's either too hard or too easy. I feel like I went down one difficulty and it went from being like borderline impossible to now being too easy. So if I could give some advice, I doubt that listening advice, because it's about to go full release in 2 days like I said earlier, the advice would probably be maybe they need to tweak their difficulties a bit, because I don't think I've been in trouble apart from that boss fight, which was crazy. I think I failed it like 10 times, and was at that, you know when you get that, you start to feel your blood boil and you're like, this is not fun anymore. And for like the second, I don't think I've never had a game give me such a hard fight in the second level, especially when you can see it. I'm still getting tutorials and things like that, and it's like, alright, these guys are annoying. Get the fish unicorn, but it's a frog unicorn. I can't think of anything here, but I don't think he can hit me here. I was going to jump and attack a fair bit. Man, what a champion can even embed themselves in the walls. Oh, Archibald's back. Alright, reckon that probably means we're at the end of the level. Yeah, it's a bit of chat. Hey, I'll put the game Steam link in the description below. Feel free to let me know what you think about it. I think there's some potential here. There's a few things I don't like, but yeah, tell me what you think about Magenta Horizon. Thanks for watching.